Welcome back, everyone. I'm so sorry for the technical difficulties. We do the best with what we have here at Harry and David Field. 1-2 the count to Zachary Hall. Swung on, fouled back. Again, apologies to those at home for the technical difficulties. 1-2 the count. Here it is. Down and low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Zachary Hall at the plate, 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Isaiah Garcia at first, excuse me. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit well. It's going to be by a diving Davis DeLorphis into left field. Runners on first and second for the Potters.
Batting, number 25, Will Law.
So that'll bring up Will Law. Walked, stole a base, and scored. Now Braden Stutzman's going to go out and have a quick chat with Dylan Pierce. Again, sorry to those of you having technical difficulties with the live stream. Top of the 5th inning, your Rogues are on top big, 10-2. Your Rogues in first place atop the Great West League, facing the Lincoln Potters, who are just 1 game behind. I'd like to thank you for bearing with us while we work out these technical bugs. Thought we had them fixed, but something always appears to pop up. Will Law is at the plate. Zachary Hall singled. Isaiah Garcia reached on an error. 2 on and 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning for the Potters. Here's the pitch from Pierce. Outside, ball 1. Again, those of you just joining us, we apologize for the technical difficulties. 2 on, 1 out. Will Law at the plate. Isaiah Garcia at second. Zachary Hall at first. Here's the pitch. Low. 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0 to Will Law. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit well to the left side of the field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Rounding third and coming home is Isaiah Garcia. So that error ends up costing the Rogues a run. 10-3 now. Rogues on top over the Potters. Still runners on first and second. Still just 1 out.
Number 26, Braden DeBenedictis.
Thank you all for sticking with us as we work through these technical difficulties here on the Medford Rogues live stream presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Potters get one across. RBI single by Will Law brings home Isaiah Garcia. Braden DeBenedictis is at the plate. 2 on, 1 out for the Potters. First pitch outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Pierce looking back, now comes home. Off speed is outside. 2-0 the count. Again, thank you all for sticking with us as we work through the bugs here. 2-0 to Benedictus. Low, ball 3. So 3 straight balls to DeBenedictus. Dylan Pierce in danger of loading the bases here with 1 out. Here's the pitch from Pierce. Called strike, fastball right down the middle. DeBenedictus taking all the way. Zachary Hall at second, Will Law at first. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled back off the first base side. We'll do this again. 3-2. Dylan Pierce steps back onto the rubber. Here's the pitch to Benedictus. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. That is the first strikeout of the day for Dylan Pierce. Which means that is $10 donated to Access, courtesy of Rogue Credit Union.
Number 12, Gilbert Sauceda.
So that brings up Gilbert Sauceda, who had that 2 RBI single back in the second inning. Here's the pitch from Pierce. Called strike, 0-1. One already across for the Potters here in the top of the 5th inning. Rogues on top big, though, 10-3. Rogues fueled by a 6-run 3rd inning. 3 RBI triple by Davis DeLorfis, capped off by a 2-run shot by Alex Isola over the left field fence. Next pitch outside. 1-1 the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 on for the Potters. Zachary Hall at second, Will Law at first. Sauceda at the plate. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled back. We'll do this again. One and 2 to Gilbert Sauceda. Here's the pitch from Pierce. In the dirt. Blocked nicely by Braden Stutzman, keeping the runners at their place. Evens the count, 2-2. Deuces wild here in the top of the 5th inning. 2 out, 2 on, 2-2 the count to Braden Benedictus. Excuse me, Gilbert Sauceda. My apologies. Here's the pitch. That one's high. Gilbert Sauceda has worked the count full. Two on, 2 out for the Lincoln Potters. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled back off the first base side, third base side. We'll do this again. Zachary Hall and Will Law slowly walking back to their bags on second and first, respectively. Gilbert Sauceda trying to get some more RBIs. Dylan Pierce trying to limit the damage to 1. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit to the first base. That's going to be through the first base side of the infield. Coming around and scoring is Zach Law. So another RBI for Gilbert Sauceda. The lead is now 10-4. Rogues on top over the Potters. That'll bring up Elijah Garcia, the catcher, who is 0 for 1 on the day, walked back in the second inning. Runners on the corners for the Potters. First pitch is a strike from Dylan Pierce. 0-1 the count. 4 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors for the Potters. 10 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors for your Rogues. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, blocked nicely by Stutzman. Taking off with on the play, Gilbert Sauceda. Sauceda with some quick reaction. Wise play by Stutzman, not trying to force a play at second with Will Law at third. 1-1 the count to Elijah Garcia. 10-4, Rogues on top. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled off the first base side. We'll do this again. Seems like just about all of us are back on the live stream. Thank you so much for bearing with us. 1-2 the count to Elijah Garcia, top of the 5th inning. Here's the pitch. Just misses the outside corner to that fastball. Crowd wanted it. Rogues dugout wanted it. Home plate umpire said, nuh-uh. Evens the count, 2-2. 2 outs. Runners on second and third for the Potters. Elijah Garcia at the plate. Here's the pitch from Dylan Pierce. In the dirt, ball 3. Running the count full. Here's the full count pitch to Elijah Garcia with 2 runners in scoring position. That ball is hit softly to the second baseman, Valenzuela-Reese. Valenzuela-Reese over to Dante Gutierrez to end the inning. 2 come across, but 2 are left stranded. We head to the top of the 6th inning. Your Rogues are on top 10-4 over the Lincoln Potters. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts.
Attention, please, will the owner of...
Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Rogues up big here, bottom of the 5th inning, 10-4 over the Lincoln Potters. Stepping in, doing most of the damage tonight for the Rogues, Davis DeLorfis. First pitch curveball, low, ball 1. Larry Fonseca on the mound for the Potters in relief of Nolan Bogini. DeLorfis 3 for 3 on the day, 3 runs scored, 4 RBIs, and a triple. Next pitch popped up, back and out of play. 1-1 the count. DeLorfis a big part of that 6-run 3rd inning, accounting for 4 of the 6 runs. Drove in 3 and then was scored by Clay Valenzuela-Reese. Off-speed pitch by Fonseca, high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the next pitch. Swung on that one, is smacked to left field. Going back on it is Sauceda, but he's going to have room right at the warning track. So the Potters get DeLorfis for the first time today on a loud out to left field. That'll bring up Clay Valenzuela-Reese.
Clay Valenzuela-Reese.
Valenzuela-Reese is 2 for 3 on the day with 2 RBI and a run scored. First pitch, low, ball 1. Valenzuela-Reese laid down a great bunt to score Scotty Wright from third. It was a suicide squeeze. Reached on that play. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit high, and out of play. Right in front of our game day intern, Dustin. Fans go and scramble to that ball. 1-1 the count to Clay Valenzuela-Reese. Next pitch fouled back off the third base side. Now 1-2. (10-4) Rogues on top here, bottom of the fifth inning. 1 out. Next pitch is in the dirt, evening the count at 2 apiece. That next pitch fouled back again. Count remains 2-2. Nobody on, 1 out, bottom of the fifth inning for Clay Valenzuela-Reese. That pitch is hit well into left center field. That is going to fall for a hit. Base hit for Clay Valenzuela-Reese, his third single of the day.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
So save for the RBI triple. Well, before I get to that, up to bat is Alex Isola, who had a monster shot back in that 6th-run third inning over the left field fence where the Oregon Powerball sign is to drive home himself and Clay Valenzuela-Reese. First pitch to Isola, low, ball 1. It's Isola's second bomb of the year. First one coming on Superhero Night, a walk-off grand slam. Here's the 1-0 to Isola. That one's hit well to center field, but not going to get out of here. Making the catch is Zach Hoffman, retreating back to first, Valenzuela-Reese. That'll bring up Jake Helwig. So, save for that one bases-clearing triple in that third inning. Every RBI has come on singles for the Rogues. Now I suppose the RBI triple and the home run. A lot of RBIs for the Rogues in this one. 10-4 over the Potters here. First pitch swinging for Helwig, popped up foul out of play. No balls, 1 strike, 2 out. Bottom of the fifth inning. Valenzuela-Reese at first. Helwig waits for the pitch. Here it is. Swung on, hit well to the left side of the field. That's going to fall. Excuse me, in front of right fielder Zachary Hall. So Valenzuela-Reese at second. Helwig at first, his first hit of the game. That'll bring up Connor Lowry, who was 0 for 2 in this one, looking to get on board.
Number 10, Connor Lowry.
He's actually the only Rogue who hasn't reached base today, looking to change that here. Connor Lowry, the RBI leader of the Great West League by a fair margin. Here's the pitch. Off speed and in, ball 1. 2 outs, bottom of the fifth inning. Rogues on top, 10-4. Valenzuela-Reese at second, Jake Helwig at first. Fonseca looks back, now comes home. That ball is hit to center field. Going back on it is and that's going to be over his head. It's going to be caught. Wow, what a terrific catch by Zach Hoffman. That ball just kept on carrying and carrying and carrying. Zach Hoffman makes an over-the-shoulder basket catch to retire Connor Lowry, rob him of extra bases and another RBI.
In the
Rogues strand 2.
There were no runs scored on 2 hits.
That'll end the fifth inning on a great play from Zach Hoffman. But we head to the top of the 6th. Your Rogues are still on top big over the Lincoln Potters, 10-4 here at Harry and David Field. We'll be back with the rest of this one right after this.
What is the key to
Rogues would like to thank our sponsor, Mary's Barbecue. Tender, juicy, slow-smoked meat, homemade sides, and friendly service. And it's easy for anyone in Southern Oregon to get to. Mary's Barbecue at 841 East Pine Street in Central Point. Follow along on Facebook or their website, marysbbqplace.com. Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream on medfordrogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Top of the sixth inning, Rogues on top big, 10-4, on in relief of Dylan Pierce, Chris Painter. First pitch from the lefty in there for a strike, 0-1. Final line for Dylan Pierce. Here's the next pitch from Chris Painter. Another off speed, that one's outside. 8 innings. Excuse me. 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, and a strikeout. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch from Painter. That one is hit softly in the air. Valenzuela-Reese, the second baseman, is under it and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. That was Joseph Torres flying out to Valenzuela-Reese. That'll bring up the top of the order, Jake Boyd. Here's the first pitch to Boyd. Shows bunt, lays it down. It's a good one. Painter cannot field it. It's an infield single for Jake Boyd. Great bunt laid down, rolled off the first base side. Charging was Valenzuela-Reese and Painter. Painter, the only one that really had a play on it. Tried to make the barehanded grab. Boyd was flying down the line and just didn't make the catch.
And put your hands together, Rogues fans. It's our K-batter.
So that'll bring up Zach Hoffman, who made a terrific play out in center field, robbing Connor Lowry of extra bases and an RBI. Over-the-shoulder basket catch a la Willie Mays. Here's the first pitch to Zach Hoffman. Low, ball 1. Rogues on top, 10-4 here. Top of the 6th inning. Painter fires over to first. Back standing is Jake Boyd. Zach Hoffman playing for Colorado State Pueblo. Left-handed batter. Waits for the pitch. Here it is. Off speed. Nearly hits him in the head. Off speed, though. That one just got away from Painter. 2-0 the count. Four runs, 9 hits for the Potters, 10 runs, 13 hits for the Rogues. Painter looks over at first, now comes home. That one is hit well, but very foul off the first base side. He spanked that one. I see it bouncing in the over by the road. That was hit very well and very, very foul. 2-1, 1 out to Zach Hoffman. Waiting on deck, Isaiah Garcia. 1 for 2 with a run scored. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, fouled back. It's a great off-speed pitch by Chris Painter. Running on the play was Jake Boyd, but he has to trot back to first. Six-run inning in the third for the Rogues. Painter comes set. Takes a deep breath, looks at first. Now comes home. Here it is. Swung on, that's it. Softly foul off the third base side. We'll do it again. 2-2. Two balls, two strike, one out. Jake Boyd at first. Bunted for a hit. Here's the pitch from Painter. That one's low. Running the count full. Wind has settled down a little bit here at Herring David Field as the sun sets. The manor on the hill over right field still illuminated. Here's the pitch from Painter. 3-2 the count. Swung on, fouled back over the screen on top of the press box. Actually, over the press box, it sounds like. Didn't hear that thud. So we'll do this again. Zach Hoffman battling nicely, but Chris Painter trying to put him away. Hoffman back into the batter's box. Painter in his windup, fires it over to first. Back easily is Boyd. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Top of the sixth inning, one out, one on for the Potters. Hoffman at the plate in a full count. Here's the pitch from Painter. That one is hit softly, and that's going to be popped up in foul ground, caught by DeLorfis. Scampering back to first is Jake Boyd. That's the second out of the inning. So that'll bring up Isaiah Garcia. Garcia, the designated hitter tonight for the Potters. An infielder by trade, local product of Lincoln, California, attending Sierra College. Like the pitcher on the mound for the Lincoln Potters, Larry Fonseca. Here's the first pitch from Chris Painter. That one just outside, 1-0. Jake Boyd still at first, two outs, top of the sixth inning. Rogues on top, 4-10 here at Herring David Field. Boy, is it good to be back home. Here's the next pitch from Painter. Low. 2 balls and no strikes. Garcia even 6 foot 190. Batting .409 on the year. With a home run. Here's the pitch from Painter. Swung on, hit well. That is going to be over Scotty Wright's head in short. So another single for the Potters in this one. Runners on first and second. That'll bring up Zach Hall.
Batter number 7, Zachary Hall.
Left-handed batter, Zach Hall, waits for the pitch. First one is in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Little lefty-lefty matchup between Painter and Zach Hall. Painter a 2.28 ERA in 19 2/3 innings this season. And that pitch is hit well down the right field line. That is going to fall for a hit. Coming around to score is Jake Boyd on his way to third. Isaiah Garcia. Just a single, but it scores a run for Zach Hall. The lead is now 10-5. Your Rogues are on top.
Batting number 25, Will Law.
So that'll bring up Will Law. Will Law walked, stole a base, and scored in the second and had an RBI single in the fifth. Top of the sixth. Rogues on top, 10-5. Isaiah Garcia at third. Zachary Hall at first. First pitch to Will Law is low. Ball 1. Chris Painter, not a big strikeout guy, just 7 on the year. But stingy with the earned runs, just 5 in 19 2/3. That next pitch is, and they're calling a balk. They're calling a balk on Chris Painter, so that brings home another one. Jeff Lyle with his hands on his hips like, what the heck was that? Didn't see a movement from Chris Painter, but I'm not an umpire. Brings home Isaiah Garcia. Zachary Hall advances to second on the balk. 10-6 now, your Rogues are on top. Here's the pitch from Painter. Swung on and missed by Will Law. Strike one. Waiting on deck, Braden DeBenedictis. Here's the 1-1 from Painter. Another off speed, another swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Painter looks back at second, now comes home, off speed high, evening the count to 2-2. Zachary Hall at second, 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning, 2 already across for the Potters. Rogues on top 6-10, 10-6. Here's the pitch from Painter. Swung on, hit softly foul off the first base side. We'll do this again. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runner on second for Will Law. That pitch is in the dirt, running the count full. Chris Painter on the mound in relief for Dylan Pierce. Went 5 strong innings, giving up just 2 earned runs. Painter looks back, now comes home. That one's in the dirt, ball 4. Runners on first and second for the Potters. Braden Stutzman's going to have a quick chat with Chris Painter. Fans, I can't tell you how many times we've had to replace a window here at the ballpark because of a stray fly ball. When we need our windows fixed or replaced, the only team we trust are the folks at Bill's Glass. With locations in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass, Bill's Glass is the fastest and most affordable glass service in Southern Oregon. When you hear glass, think Bill's Glass. We have a pitching change here at Harry and David Field. We'll be back with that new pitcher. 2 on, 2 out for the Lincoln Potters. Your Rogues are on top, 10-6. We'll be back right after this. For over 60 years, Lippert's Carpet One has been dedicated to helping people finding the best flooring solutions for their home or business. And for over 60 years, Lippert's has sponsored and donated to many organizations in our community, and we at the Rogues appreciate them. If you want to completely transform a room, Lippert's has many products available, and there are more choices than ever. Whether for your home or business, Lippert's has a professional staff dedicated to helping you finding just what you are looking for. Lippert's thanks you for over 60 years of being your flooring service. Located in Medford on North Pacific Highway or Rogue River Highway in Grants Pass, or find them at lipperts.com. Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream on medfordrogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Chris Painter's night is done. He goes just 2/3 of an inning. On in relief, making his return off of the Valley Immediate Care pregame injury report, right-hander DJ Wilson. Yes, that shoulder's feeling better. Glad to have him back. Looks like this will be the first appearance for Wilson this season for the Rogues. Coming back in a bit of a spot. Runners on first and second, 2 out, top of the 6th inning. Rogues on top, 10-6. Will face Braden DeBenedictis. Zachary Hall at second, Will Law at first. Here's the pitch. First one is outside, ball 1. This is my first look at DJ Wilson. He's a sidearm submarine pitcher, kind of a combination of the two. Very funky delivery. First ball is outside to Braden DeBenedictis. 2 runs already across for the Potters in this one. Here's the pitch from Wilson. Swung on, fouled. 1 ball and 1 strike. DJ Wilson from Bend, Oregon, plays for Campbellsville University, teammate of Clay Valenzuela-Reese. Righty sidearm thrower, 6'2", even 200 pounds. Wilson looks back at second, now comes home. And that one hits him. Hits DeBenedictis right on the elbow guard. And DeBenedictis didn't even flinch. And that's what Coach Hogan's coming out to say, is that the batter didn't even try to get out of the way of that ball. So Hogan having a conversation with the home plate umpire. I'm not sure his appeal will work. I hear what Hogs is saying, though. Hogan walks back. Bases are now loaded with 2 outs, and that'll bring up Gilbert Sauceda, who already has 3 RBI in this game. And Gilbert Sauceda represents the tying run in this game, if you can believe it. Here's the pitch from Wilson. Low, ball 1. Hall at third, Law at second, DeBenedictis at first. DJ Wilson trying to keep them off the run. Next pitch is outside, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 out, top of the 6th inning. Bases loaded, Rogues on top, 10-6. DJ Wilson takes a deep breath, now comes home. That one is a high strike at the letters. 2 balls, 1 strike. Lights are coming on here at Herring David Field. Sun is setting. The manor now over right field is in shadows. Breeze has died down significantly. Here's the pitch from Wilson. Outside, 3 balls and 1 strike. Waiting on deck, Elijah Garcia. I'd like to thank all of you joining us here on the live stream, listening to MedfordRogues.com. That pitch is in there, right down the middle, running the count full. Doug, we're hoping for a strikeout here, because I don't have any tumps. 3-2 the count. DJ Wilson, here's the pitch. Swung on, hit softly off the first base side, foul. Fielded nicely by the first base coach of the Lincoln Potters. So we'll do this again. Bases loaded, 2 out, top of the 6th. 4-run ball game. Zachary Hall at third, Will Hall at second, Braden DeBenedictis at first. Gilbert Sauceda, who is 3 for 3 on the game with 3 RBIs, battling with DJ Wilson, making his first appearance for the Rogues this season. Wilson set. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit well, and going to be foul off the first base side. So another foul ball. We'll do this again. Top of the 6th inning, 2 already across for the Potters. DJ Wilson trying to keep it at that. Gets the sign from Braden Stutzman. Here it is. Swung on, hit through the right side of the infield. Valenzuela-Reese could not make the catch. 1 run comes home. The play at the plate, not in time. Advancing to second on the throw is Sauceda. So Sauceda delivers again. And the score is now 8-10. Zachary Hall scores. Will Law scores. DeBenedictis over to third. Sauceda with the 2 RBI single advances to second on the throw. And that'll bring up Elijah Garcia.
Your attention, please. Now pinch hitting for the Lincoln Potters.
We have a pinch hitter for Elijah Garcia.
Austin Swift.
Pinch hitting for Elijah Garcia is Austin Swift. Here's the first pitch from DJ Wilson. Swung on and missed, strike 1. Austin Swift from Toronto, Ontario. A foreigner in our midst. Here's the 0-1. Outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now, Canada Day is July 1st. I know that because one of my Canadian friends invited me to a Canada Day blowout on Facebook. If you have any Canadian friends, make sure to wish them a happy Canada Day on June 1st. 1-1 the count to Austin Swift. Here it is. Inside, 2-1. Runners on second and third for the Potters. 4 have already come across in this one, but the Rogues are still on top, riding that big 6-run third inning. They lead 10-8. Here's the next pitch from Wilson. Check swing. Did he go around? It's a called strike anyways. Austin didn't like it. Counts even 2-2. Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on in a 2-run game. Austin takes a big breath. So does Wilson. Here's the windup and the sidearm delivery. Swung on, hit well to right field, but right at Jake Helwig to end the inning. So the Potters strand 2, but 4 come across. The Rogues still on top, though. They're leading 10-8. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. You're listening to the Medford Rogues baseball live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts.
Head back to the ballpark. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com.
Presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Thank you all so much for joining us on the live stream. I'm Jonathan Kerman with you on the call. It seems like we've added a few more viewers since the game started, and it's a game now, folks. 10-8, your Rogues are on top. Stepping in the batter's box, first baseman Dante Gutierrez singled and scored back in the 3rd inning. Here's the pitch from Larry Fonseca in there for a strike. 0-1 the count.
Please, now catching for the Lincoln Potters, number 20, Mason Allen.
Elijah Garcia was pinch hit for by Austin Swift. There's a new catcher behind the plate. Next pitch to Gutierrez is outside. Mason Allen is now in at catcher. One and one the count to Gutierrez. Next pitch swung on, foul back off the first base side. 1-2 the count. An absolute beautiful sight here at Harry and David Field. Baby blue sky and almost an electric orange clouds overhead. Absolutely stunning. 1-2 the count to Gutierrez. That one's inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. There are fewer, more beautiful sights in this world than a sunset at Harry and David Field. Gutierrez stepping in, 2-2 the count, bottom of the 6th inning. Next pitch swung on and missed on a nasty curveball. So a strikeout for Gutierrez, his second of the game. That'll bring up Johnny De La Cruz. De La Cruz also singled and scored back in that 6th run, 3rd inning. First pitch, foul back by Johnny De La Cruz. De La Cruz has 20 hits and 17 runs. So it seems like when he gets aboard, the Rogues bring him home. I'm sure they'd love to do that here. Pad that lead. Only 2 now. Here's the next pitch. De La Cruz down. 1 ball, 1 strike to Johnny De La Cruz. 8 runs on 12 hits for the Potters, 10 runs on 13 hits for the Rogues. Here's the pitch. High, 2 balls and 1 strike. 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the 6th inning. Barry Fonseca pitching in relief of Nolan Bogini. Mason Allen behind the plate now for the Potters. Here's the pitch. Swung on, that's it softly. It's going to be over the head of the second baseman and fall in front of the left fielder. Zachary Hall, for a hit. So that's De La Cruz's second single of the day. That'll bring up Braden Stutzman, who was 2 for 2 with a walk, a single, a double, and 2 runs scored. So just needs a triple and a home run to complete the cycle here. Of course, those are the 2 most difficult ones to get, but still plenty of ball game left, only the bottom of the 6th inning. De La Cruz at first, 1 out, bottom of the 6th. Here's the pitch to Stutzman. De La Cruz takes off, and Stutzman hits it, and it's going to fall into center field. De La Cruz is going to run to third. They're going to test the arm, and he is going to be out at the plate. We'll see what's going on here. An interesting move by Johnny De La Cruz. He was running on the play, held up at second to see if the center fielder Zach Hoffman would make the catch. It fell in front of Hoffman. De La Cruz, the only step in front of the second base bag, decided to run on it. Got thrown out at third. So De La Cruz is punched out at third. Stutzman advances to second on the play. That'll bring up Scotty Wright. Scored back in the 2nd inning on a great suicide squeeze bunt by Clay Valenzuela Reese. First pitch to Wright, low, ball 1. Right-handed batting, Scotty Wright, looking for his first hit of the day. Here's the pitch from Fonseca. That one's hit to right field. Going over, is he going to have room? No, it's going to fall foul into the Jungle Gym area over in right field at Harry and David Field. Braden Stutzman retreating back to second base. 1-1 the count to Scotty Wright. Rogues on top 10-8 here, bottom of the 2nd inning. 6th inning, excuse me. Here's the pitch. Wright shows bunt, pulls back. Just in time. It's a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch to Wright. That one is hit high and foul off the first base side. Count remains 2-2. So Scotty Wright has 11 hits and 10 runs in 14 games to go along with 8 RBIs and 9 walks. All this coming in just 14 games. So Wright doesn't play every day, but when he is in the lineup, he is productive. Also has a stolen base just to round things out. Stutzman at second. Pitch check swing by Scotty Wright. Hit softly to the second baseman. Fires it over to first in time to get Scotty Wright by a step and a half. So the Rogues strand 1. We head to the top of the 7th inning. Rogues still on top 10-8. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. We'll be back with the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings right after this.
For our interns in the stands with the Moose Punch, are you hungry?
Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream on rogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts.
Number 21.
Top of the 7th inning, your Rogues are on top 10-8 here on Monday, a mystery Monday. Kevin Kahn at Herring David Field. If you missed Kevin Kahn tonight, that's okay. We have a great lineup for you the rest of this week. On Tuesday, June 27th, it's tomorrow, Country Night here at Herring David Field. With the help of Q100.3 and Rocky Tonk, the Rogues are going country. Dress the part and be entered to win a pair of Country Crossings passes to one lucky cowboy or cowgirl. Going to be a special appearance by a whole flock of various barnyard friends that evening. And the first 1,000 fans through the door receive a Rocky Tonk cowbell. So that should be a rip-roaring night. It's a pretty rip-roaring night here on Kevin Kahn at Herring David Field. Stepping in is Joseph Torres, who is 1 for 3 on the day. On in relief is Malik Evans. His first pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Malik Evans, also a member of Campbellsville University. From Springfield, Oregon. Here's the 0-1 from Evans. That one is hit well to right field. It's going to be just over the head of the second baseman, Clay Valenzuela-Reese. Falls for a single, so a leadoff single for Joseph Torres. That'll bring up Jake Boyd.
Number 6, Jake Boyd.
So come on down to Herring David Field, Tuesday, June 27th. Get your free Rocky Tonk cowbell. Wednesday night, RCU members night. All Rogue Credit Union members get in for free that night. Just show your ID, show your membership at the gate. You get in for free. Just that simple. Thursday night, Baywatch night here at Herring David Field. Celebrating all things beach, water, ocean, and David Hasselhoff. Enjoy poolside seating throughout the ballpark. It is also BYOB, bring your own buoy. That's Thursday, June 29th at Herring David Field. 1 on, nobody out. First pitch swinging for Jake Boyd. Hits that one to left field. Going over and going to make another terrific play is Johnny De La Cruz. Business as usual for DLC out there in left field. About a foot from where the bullpen, the home bullpen, juts out, right with the foul line in deep left field. De La Cruz makes the catch, retires Jake Boyd. That brings up Zach Hoffman, who is 0 for 3 on the day, hit by a pitch. Malik fires over to first. Torres back in time. First pitch to Zach Hoffman, center fielder, left-handed batter facing Evans, the right-handed hitter. First pitch is outside, ball 1. Here's the next pitch from Evans. That one is hit well through the right side of the infield, Picked up by Helwig, another single for the Potters. Tying runs are aboard for Lincoln. That'll bring up Isaiah Garcia, who is 2 for 3 in this game. Reached 3 times, reached on an error, scored twice.
Batter number 2, Isaiah Garcia.
First pitch to Isaiah Garcia, called a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 the count. Joseph Torres at second, Zach Hoffman at first, both reached on singles. One out, top of the 7th. Here's the pitch. That one way inside, just getting away from that one is Isaiah Garcia, spinning out of the way. Here's the 1-1 to Isaiah Garcia. Evans will step off the rubber. One ball, one strike, one out to Isaiah Garcia. Torres at second, Hoffman at first, tying runs. Here's the pitch. That one is hit to right field. That is going to be trouble. If it's fair, it is. It's a fair ball. 1 run comes home. They are going to keep it at 1. Again, the arm by Jake Helwig deep in the corner. I think as deep in the right field corner as you can get here in Harry David Field. Makes a laser of a throw back into the infield to preserve the Rogues' lead. Torres, who led the inning off with a single, does come across to score, but it's only 1. The Rogues still holding on to a 10-9 lead.
Batter, number 7, Zach Hall.
It's a double for Isaiah Garcia. First pitch swinging by Zach Hall is fouled back. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch from Evans. Low. Evening the count at 1 apiece. Waiting on deck, Will Law. So things getting interesting here at Harry and David Field. That next pitch swung on, hit to left field. De La Cruz going back on it. Gonna not make the catch this time. It's gonna fall. 1 run will score. The next play is not going to be in time at the plate. Now they have a rundown. They have a pickle with Zach Hall. Still running between second and third. Still running. And they're finally going to tag him out for the second out of the inning. However, the Rogues take the, the Potters take the lead here in the top of the 7th inning, 11-10. It's a 2-run double for Zach Hall. That one over the head of Johnny De La Cruz, and as soon as I mentioned that he makes a great play, he lets that one just get by him. I'm sure he'll tell you that that one should be caught every time. Bases are clear, though, here in the top of the 7th for Will Law. First pitch, a called strike. 0-1 the count. So what a game this has been. The Potters have clawed their way back, now taking the lead. Next pitch is down, evening the count 1-1. Still plenty of baseball left in this one, though. Rogues have been swinging a hot bat this game. Here's the pitch. Change up in there for a strike. Nice pitch from Malik Evans. He's 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning. Here's the pitch from Evans. That one's in the dirt. 2-2 the count, 2 outs. Nobody on. 3 already across in this inning for the Potters. Evans into the wind and the pitch. Swung on, hit to the first baseman. Is that going to stay fair? It is. Right to Gutierrez. Steps on the bag, and that ends the inning. However, the Potters take the lead 11-10 over your Rogues. We head to the home half of the 7th. We're going to stretch first. Top of the lineup coming up for your Rogues. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Your Rogues are trailing 11-10 in a doozy of a ball game here on KevinCon night. I don't have an exact attendance number for you. I would guess somewhere, if I were to ballpark it, excuse the bad pun, somewhere between 800 and 900 fans. A really good turnout for a Monday night. Here's the pitch. Inside to DeLorphis. 1-0. DeLorphis is the big Kevin on campus right now. 3 for 4, 3 runs scored, 4 RBIs. The big one, that bases clearing triple back in the 3rd inning. Next pitch to DeLorphis is high, 2-0. DeLorphis led the game off with a single and scored. 2nd inning, singled home Scotty Wright. Singled home Braden Stutzman and then scored. That pitch is going to fall into right center field. Davis DeLorphis is everywhere today. Here, the fans appreciate it. I do too.
Rogues, your second baseman, number 13.
That'll bring up Clay Valenzuela-Reese. Valenzuela-Reese laid down a terrific bunt with Scotty Wright at third, a suicide squeeze that the Rogues pulled off. On top of that, Valenzuela-Reese made it to first on the play. So Davis DeLorphis, the tying run at first. First pitch swinging and taking off. Oh, they're going to call a balk. They're calling a balk on Hector Sepulveda, who just checked into the ball game in relief for Harry Fonseca. So now the tying run is in scoring position for the Rogues. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Things are getting interesting here at Harry and David Field. Valenzuela-Reese, Alex Isola, and Jake Helwig coming up. Heart of the order for the Rogues. Valenzuela-Reese shows bunt, pulls back. It's a ball. 0-1 the count. Next pitch is low. 2 balls and no strikes to Clay Valenzuela-Reese. DeLorphis on second. He represents the tying run. Here in this 11-10 ball game on Monday night, KevinCon at Harry and David Field. Sepulveda looks back, now comes home. That one's outside. And, oh, my apologies. Some confusion here. No, okay, I was right. On the ball, Clay Valenzuela-Reese sprinted to first. He thought that was ball 4. It was actually ball 3. Valenzuela-Reese had me second-guessing myself. The home plate umpire gestures, come on back, kid. Not just yet. 3-0 the count. Still a terrific hitter's count for Clay Valenzuela-Reese with DeLorphis at second. He's the tying run. That pitch way inside nearly hits Valenzuela-Reese. So now he's aboard with a walk. That was a high heat. Some chin music by Hector Sepulveda. Coming out is the pitching coach for the Lincoln Potters. They're going to have a quick conversation. So now runners on first and second. Nobody out here. Bottom of the 7th inning. Valenzuela-Reese, who just walked, represents the lead run in this ballgame. Coming up to bat, man who already has a 2-run home run in this game, Alex Isola. Looking to tack on to that RBI total. Conference is done. Home plate umpire and the pitching coach having a quick conversation, I assume, about that last play. It was a potentially dangerous ball that nearly hit Valenzuela-Reese. I don't believe it was intentional, especially with the game hanging in the balance.
Batting your designated hitter, Alex Isola.
Isola showing bunt. I know the home plate umpire is calling time. The stray ball that landed out into the field. Looks like it came from the berm. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, maybe from the bullpen. Maybe an overthrown ball. Here's the first pitch to Alex Isola, 2-on. Showing bunt is Isola, pulling back. It's off the plate. 1-0 the count. I'm on my own with the balls and strikes here at Harry and David Field. Part of the scoreboard has turned off. We're working to get that back on for you. 11-10, Potter's on top. Running on the play. No, they fake the run. Looks like it's a run in C. Isola bunting, pulling back. 2-0 the count. To Alex Isola with 2 on. Nobody out here. Bottom of the 7th inning in a 1-run game. Here's the pitch from Sepulveda. Again showing bunt. Again pulling back. And again a ball to Alex Isola. So now 3-0.
As the scoreboard is malfunctioning at the moment.
So 3 balls, no strikes. DeLorfus at second. Valenzuela-Reese at first. Alex Isola at the dish. Showing bunt again with 3 balls and no strikes. Here's the pitch. That is low. Isola tosses bat thinking he was headed to first, but it's a called strike. Rogues fans don't like it. Looked to be at least side to side. It looked to be on the plate. Seemed a little low, but caught the bottom of the zone. So 3-1 now the count to Isola. Looks like he's going to get the green light. Nope. Back down to bunt, excuse me. He gets it down. A great one down the third base side. Picked up, and he's going to be safe. The throw by Braden DeBenedictis pulls off Joseph Torres from the bag. The Rogues have the bases loaded. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. DeLorfus at third. Valenzuela-Reese at second. Isola at first. And now the umps are going to have a quick conversation. We'll see what's going on, and he is called out. They reversed the call. The home plate umpire got together with the field ump, and now I believe that's Josh Hogan coming out and asking for an explanation here. That is incredible. So the call is reversed on Alex Isola. He is called out at first. It was a great play by Braden DeBenedictis. Barehanded the ball, running down the third base line, firing it over to Joseph Torres. Torres had to come to the opposite side of the bag into foul ground to make the catch. Hogan having a conversation with the umpires. Not going to win the appeal. Isola is out. However, the sacrifice bunt works.
Now batting.
Isola tried for
Your right fielder,
7 pitches in a row to get that bunt down. Finally did. And they are going to intentionally walk Jake Helwig here. So ball 1 to Jake Helwig, and they are loading the bases for Connor Lowry. 2 balls, no strikes to Jake Helwig in the middle of this intentional walk. It's going to be bases loaded for the Rogues, 1 out. Connor Lowry, who is still looking for his first hit of the day, but is the RBI league leader in the Great West League. Electing to face him instead of Jake Helwig, who is 1 for 2 with an RBI today. 11-10 here at Harry and David Field. Rogues down 1, but have a great opportunity here. I don't believe it was a lane violation because, well, I honestly can't say for sure. I don't have a mic down there with the umps. However, it seemed like Isola was driving, was running down first. I think we have a pitching change here. We are. Yes, we have a pitching change here at Harry and David Field in the bottom of the 7th. We will be back with the rest of this exciting ball game. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Stick around. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. The fans are pumped here at Harry and David Field. Bottom of the 7th inning, Rogues down a run, bases loaded, 1 out. Connor Lowry at the dish. And on an interesting reversal call, Alex Isola called out at first on a sacrifice bunt play. They then intentionally walk Hellwig to get to Connor Lowry. We have a pitching change for the Potters. Travis Parker is in. First pitch way inside. A high heater that was very inside. Lowry ducking out of the way of that one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Excuse me, no strikes. Travis Parker from Aurora, California. Here's the next pitch. That one is hit foul off the first base side. Evening the count, 1 apiece. Waiting on deck, Dante Gutierrez. But right now the game is on Connor Lowry's shoulders, and I'm not sure that there's anyone else that Coach Hogan would rather have at the plate than Connor Lowry. Delorfus at third. Valenzuela-Reese at second. Hellwig at first. 1 out, bottom of the 7th. 1-1. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Sun is almost set here at Harry and David Field. A little bit of color still over the mountain range in the off distance over left field. 1-2 to Lowry. Here it is. Inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Bottom of the 7th. Potters 11, Rogues 10. 16 hits apiece for each team. It's been quite a ball game so far. Here's the 2-2 to Lowry. That one's low, and now the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Delorfus at third. Valenzuela-Reese at second. Hellwig at first. In a 1-run ball game. Doesn't get much better than this. Here's the pitch. Swung on. That is going to be caught by the second baseman. Oh, boy. So Connor Lowry fails to advance the runners. That'll bring up Dante Gutierrez.
Now batting Rogues first baseman, number 20, Dante Gutierrez.
First pitch to Gutierrez in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Gutierrez is 1 for 4 in the day, singled and scored back in the 3rd inning. Left-handed batter waits for the pitch. That one's down and then blocked nicely by Mason Allen. Boy, this kid Travis Parker throws some intense heat, let me tell you. Balls are flying out of his arm. Delorfus at third. Valenzuela-Reese at second. Hellwig at first. Gutierrez at the plate. 2 out, bottom of the 7th, in a 1-run game. Here's the pitch from Sepulveda. That one's low and in. 2 balls and 1 strike. Sepulveda gets the sign from Mason Allen. Here's the pitch. That one is just outside. 3-1 now to Dante Gutierrez. Oh my goodness. My heart is pounding out of my chest. I can't imagine what those of you at home are feeling. 3 balls, 1 strike, bases loaded. Rogues down a run, bottom of the 7th inning. Dante Gutierrez in a battle with Travis Parker. Here's the pitch from Parker. Swung on, that is going to be hit softly to the shortstop. Fires it over to the first baseman, pulls him off the bag, and it's going to go by him. Oh, and now there's a collision between Gutierrez and the first baseman. Oh my goodness. Another run scores. What on earth? Holy cow. Well, the Rogues take the lead. Oh my goodness. So a close play at first. The throw brings Joseph Torres off the bag. They both players fall down at the play. The ball gets by Joseph Torres. Both Torres and Gutierrez get up at the same time. Gutierrez trying to advance to second. Torres trying to go for the ball, which is in foul territory. Collide into each other. They both fall down again. Gutierrez gets up. I think they're going to call defensive interference because Joseph Torres was in the base pads, preventing Gutierrez from advancing on the play. Wow! What a play! That was quite a series of events. All 3 runs come home. Wow. We're still unpacking this here. There's a lot that just happened here at Harry and David Field. Gutierrez hit a soft grounder to the shortstop. Charging on it was Jake Boyd. Boyd fires over to first. It gets by Joseph Torres. He dove to his right, trying to keep that ball in his glove and keep his foot on the bag. It gets by him. Both Gutierrez and Torres go down. They both get back up. Gutierrez going one way towards second base. Joseph Torres heading into foul territory trying to get that ball. They collide, they fall down again, and they get back up and go on their separate ways. That was interesting. Josh Berman's going to come in and pinch run for Gutierrez, who looked a little shooken up on that play. Holy cow. Rogues are now on top 13-11. That was something else. Thank you so much, Jess. I really appreciate the kind words. There was a lot to unpack there on that play. The end result, all 3 runs come home. Rogues are back on top, 13-11. What an incredible game this has been for Kevin. And yes, Doug, Jamie Flynn is the PA announcer, the emergency PA announcer. We had some scheduling mix-ups. Johnny De La Cruz now at the plate, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. Josh Berman running for Dante Gutierrez is on second. Here's the first pitch to De La Cruz. Low, ball 1. One and 0 the count. That pitch is hit well down the right field line and going to be... Did he make the catch? Yes, says the field ump. Wow, what a great play out and right by Zachary Hall. However, 3 runs come across for the Rogues in the bottom of the inning on a weird ground ball, 3 RBI single by Dante Gutierrez. We had... I'm not sure if they're going to give him a single or an error on that one. Regardless, 3 come home. We head to the top of the 8th inning. Your Rogues are back on top, 13-11. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts.
Tonight we have push pops instead of...
Be sure to follow the Rogues on social media for giveaways, special behind-the-scenes features, and more. Like us on Facebook at Medford Rogues Baseball and follow along on Twitter and Instagram at Medford Rogues.
Welcome back to Medford Rogues Baseball on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. We are in the top of the 8th inning of a fantastic ball game here on a Monday night at Harry and David Field. 11 runs on 16 hits for the Potters, 13 runs on 17 hits for the Rogues. On the mound for your Medford Rogues, number 6, right-hander Will Floyd out of Fort Worth, Texas.
Number 6, William Floyd.
Will plays for Blinn Junior College in his spare time. He will face Braden Benedictus, Gilbert Sauceda, and then most likely Mason Allen, who replaced Elijah Garcia back a couple innings ago. Thank you all so much for joining us. It's been a roller coaster of a ball game here at Harry and David Field. So 2 errors are charged on the play. I guess one is a throwing error on the shortstop Jake Boyd, and then the other on the first baseman. Now, I'm not entirely sure what the first baseman did to warrant the error. I mean, there was certainly a collision. Both players collided with each other. They both went flying. It was quite a sight to behold on the baseball field. Here's the first pitch from Will Floyd. Braden Benedictus hits one to center field. Coming on is Connor Lowry. Gets under it, makes the catch. 1 out. Stepping up now to the plate is public enemy number 1 for the Rogues, Gilbert Sauceda. Sauceda is 4 for 4 in this game with 5 RBIs. Nobody on for him here, though. Here's the first pitch from Floyd. That one just outside, a fastball. 1-0 the count. What a ball game here at Harry and David Field. Here's the 1-0 from Floyd. Into the windup and the pitch. That one is an off-speed that misses. 2 balls and no strikes. Rogues score 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 6 in the third, and then 3 more in the 7th. Here's the 2-0 from Floyd. That one is a strike. 2-1. The Potters get 2 in the second, 2 in the 5th, 4 in the 6th, 3 in the 7th. And I have a feeling neither of these teams are done just yet. Here's the 2-1 from Floyd. Showing bunt, pulling back. It's a called strike. Was Gilbert Sauceda. Evening to 2-2. Here's the 2-2. On the outside part of the plate, runs full, 3-2. We have a different term here at Harry and David Field on Kevin Conn night. Instead of OCD, it's OKD. Only Kevin's demanded at the ballpark, and fans of Kevin's. 3-2 to Floyd. That pitch is hit well right at Davis DeLorfis to retire Sauceda. 2 batters, 2 outs for the Potters. That'll bring up Mason Allen.
Number 20, Mason Allen.
So Mason Allen does come in for Elijah Garcia in his spot. Was catching for him in the bottom half rather, of the last inning. First pitch to Allen is in there for a strike. 0-1. Allen batting, batting 229 on the year. 9 RBIs on 8 hits this season. Here's the pitch from Floyd. Check swing, went around, says the home plate umpire. Quickly behind 0-2 to Will Floyd. And now someone just got tossed. A Lincoln Potters, I'm not sure if it's a ump or a player, just got tossed from the game. Home plate umpire said, "See you later." Wow. So the first ejection, well, no, not the first ejection that I've seen, but the first ejection that I've seen at Harry and David Field. Looks like it was a player in the dugout that was chirping at the home plate umpire. The ump said that's enough and tossed him. So now he's having a conversation with the two base coaches. Stutzman will have a conversation with Will Floyd on the mound. What a game here at Harry and David Field. I think Kevin was running his mouth and got tossed. I absolutely love having this live chat here and being able to interact with those of you at home. It really is a treat for me. Still having a conversation is the home plate umpire and the two Potters managers. DeLorphis in there with Will Floyd and Braden Stutzman on the mound. Your Kevin of the game so far, Davis DeLorphis, 4 for 5, 4 runs, 4 RBIs. Wow. Some other notable Kevins tonight. Clay Valenzuela-Reese, 3 hits, 2 RBIs, 2 runs. Alex Isola, 2 hits, 3 RBIs. One of those hits was a big one. A shot over the left field wall to score Valenzuela-Reese. Braden Stutzman behind the plate for the Rogues. 3 for 3 with 2 runs scored. All right, we're all back. Looks like a Potters player got tossed. Not sure which one just yet. 0-2 to Mason Allen. Here's the pitch from Floyd. Low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 out. Top of the 8th inning. Rogues on top. 13 to 11, excuse me. Here's the 1-2. That one in the dirt. Blocked nicely by Stutzman. No need, though, with nobody on. 2 outs, top of the 8th. 2-2 the count. Mason Allen, his first plate appearance of the day, came in for Elijah Garcia. Floyd gets the sign from Stutzman. Winds up, pitches. That one is hit sharply. It's going to be a foul ball. Ooh, that was close. Down the third base line. DeLorphis made a diving attempt at it. Didn't get there. That could have been trouble, but it's a foul ball. Count remains 2-2. Will Floyd trying to shut the Potters down in this 8th inning. Nobody on, 2 out, 2-2 the count to Mason Allen in a 2-run ball game. Here's the windup and pitch from Floyd. That one is hit high. Going back is De La Cruz. Coming over is Lowry. Who's it going to be? It's going to be De La Cruz who makes the catch. And just as the Eisenbergs requested, a 1-2-3 inning for the Rogues. We head to the home half of the 8th. Your Rogues are on top 13 to 11. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts.
Kids, if you would like to run the bases following tonight.
Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. We're in the home half of the 8th inning here, folks, at Harry and David Field on Kevin Con on a Monday night. Rogues on top 13-11, leading things off for your Rogues, Braden Stutzman. First pitch is outside, 1-0. 33 hits between these two ball clubs in this game. Here's the next pitch. That one's high, 2-0 to Stutzman. It'll be Stutzman, Scotty Wright, and then Davis DeLorfis. That next pitch is high, just high, close. Good take by Braden Stutzman. 3-0 the count. I smell popcorn wafting up from the concession stand. Smells good. Next pitch is in there for a strike. Stutzman taking all the way. 3 balls and 1 strikes. Next pitch swung on and missed. Big cut by Braden Stutzman. So the count now full. That pitch just fouled back. Braden Stutzman staying alive to Travis Parker, who throws very, very fast. Bottom of the 8th inning. Leadoff man Stutzman fighting. Here's the next pitch. That is outside. Stutzman's earned himself a leadoff walk. Rogues would love to tack on some insurance runs here. Coming up now is Scotty Wright.
Now batting for the Medford Rogues, your shortstop, number 8, Scotty Wright.
Scotty Wright 0 for 3 on the day, but with a run scored. Showing bunt, gets it down. It's a high bunt. Not going to have a play at second, only at first. So Wright does his job, moves Stutzman over. 1-3 the putout. And that brings up Davis DeLorfis.
Back to the top for the Medford Rogues. Their third
4 for 5, 3 runs scored. 4 runs scored and 4 RBIs. I can't believe the numbers as I'm looking at them. Will Floyd waits on the pitch from Travis Parker. Parker looks back at second and called time by the catcher, I believe, Mason Allen. First pitch to DeLorfis. That one is hit high, not very far, into left field. It's going to be the shortstop, Jake Boyd, makes the catch. So DeLorfis retired for just the second time today.
Now batting the second
Stutzman
baseman,
still at second.
number
That'll bring up Clay Valenzuela-Reese.
Valenzuela-Reese.
First pitch, a called strike to Clay Valenzuela-Reese. Valenzuela-Reese, 3 for 4 on the day. 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored, and a walk. 2 outs, though. Stutzman with a big lead. That pitch way outside. 1-1. Parker looks back at second, now comes home. Inside. 2 balls and 1 strike to Clay Valenzuela-Reese. Two and 1 to Clay Valenzuela-Reese, bottom of the 8th inning. 13-11, Rogues on top. Stutzman at second. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. That one is a fastball low. 3 balls and 1 strike. That pitch is hit softly. It's going to be over the head of the shortstop, Jake Boyd. Coming around to score is Braden Stutzman. The throw is not going to be in time. Advancing on the throw to second is Clay Valenzuela-Reese. Spins as he slides into second base, kicking up a cyclone of dirt. Smacks his hands with excitement. An RBI single for Clay Valenzuela-Reese. Rogues extend the lead 14-11 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Stutzman comes home on the lead-off walk.
Now batting for your Medford Rogues, the designated hitter, number 24.
So Clay Valenzuela-Reese giving Davis DeLorfus a run for most valuable Kevin in this game. Alex Isola, who had a huge 2-run homer back in that 6-run 3rd inning, steps up to the plate. Here's the pitch. Oh, off speed. I think it was the first off-speed pitch I've seen from Parker today. Everything else has been high heat. That one's outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Next pitch from Parker. There's the fastball. Catches the outside part of the plate. 1-1 the count. Alex Isola hit his 2nd home run of the year for the Rogues tonight, the Lincoln native. Parker steps off the bag. Stutzman scampers back to second. 2-1, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th inning, Rogues up 3. Looking for more. Here's the pitch from Parker. Swung on that is hit foul off the first base side into the parking lot right where Doug Parr's Jeep is. Didn't hear a crunch, though. I think you're good. Count is even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runner on second. Already 1 across. That was Braden Stutzman on the RBI single by Clay Valenzuela-Reese, who is looking in from second base. Parker looks back, now comes home. That one just outside. Count runs full. Waiting on deck, Jake Helwig. That pitch fouled back off the first base side again into the parking lot. Doug, I think Isola is aiming for your Jeep. Here's the full count pitch to Alex Isola. High, ball 4. And that'll bring up Jake Helwig. Helwig is 1 for 3 on the day with 2 walks, 1 intentional, and an RBI. That came back in the 2nd inning.
Batter for the Medford Rogues, your right fielder, number 27, Jake Helwig.
Helwig, the tall left-handed batter, waits in from the pitch from Travis Parker, the right-handed thrower. That one's high and outside. 1-0. Valenzuela-Reese still at second. Isola at first. 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th inning. 14-11. Your Rogues are on top over the Lincoln Potters. Just a one-game series between these two teams. I'm not sure if we could handle more. This has been all the excitement I could hope for. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. A big swing by the big man, Jake Helwig. 1-1 the count. Next pitch is popped fly, a pop fly foul back out of play. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch to Helwig. Off speed that just misses the plate. Was a high ball. Looked good, but a called ball. Two balls, two strikes, 2 out, 2 on for the Rogues here, bottom of the 8th inning. Here's the pitch. That one's high and outside. Running the count full. Next pitch swung on, fouled back. Jake Helwig staying alive here. As we approach hour number 10 in the PM here at Harry and David Field. Sky is pitch black now. 11 runs, 16 hits for the Potters, 14 runs, 17 hits for the Rogues. Looking for a few more insurance runs with Clay Valenzuela Reese at second, Alex Isola at first. Jake Helwig at the plate in a full count. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Here's the pitch. Runners go. That one is hit to left center field, but it's going to be playable. Caught by the left fielder, Gilbert Sauceda. That ends the inning. 1 run comes across. Braden Stutzman comes home on the RBI single by Clay Valenzuela Reese. We head to the final frame. Your Rogues are on top, 14-11. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Welcome back to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Taylor Frost is on in relief to shut the door here for the Rogues. Faces Joseph Torres. First pitch was a ball. That next pitch looking was a strike. 1-1 the count. Taylor Frost wearing his normal number 15. You'll remember on the road in Marysville, had to wear number 14 because we were in gray unis. That pitch swung on and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And in that game, I wasn't aware that the jersey switch had been made. So he's wearing number 14, which is Jordan Reagan's number, who is at home resting a sore elbow. Number 14 comes in to pitch to close out the game, and I have no idea who it is. I know it's not Jordan Reagan. He's on the live chat watching the game or listening to the game. Here's the 1-2. That one is a off-speed, gets away from Frost. Evens the count, 2-2. So I have to call this pitcher something, so I call him Kevin. Is the probably the first time that those of you at home were introduced to Kevin. And here we are, celebrating Kevin on KevinCon at Herring David Field. 2-2 the count. Swung on and missed. What a nasty pitch from Taylor Frost. That one had some movement on it. My goodness. That sends down Joseph Torres. And that's not even fair. That brings up Jake Boyd. Jake Boyd 1 for 5 on the day with a run scored. 1 out, top of the 9th inning. First pitch from Frost is high. 1-0 the count. The 1-0. Fastball catches the plate, 1-1. Next pitch is high, 2-1 the count. Waiting on deck, center fielder Zach Hoffman. 14-11, Rogues on top of the Potters. Taylor Frost trying to shut this one down. That pitch is hit very high and very foul. It's going to go back into the seats for a lucky fan to take home with them. 2-2 to Jake Boyd. Next pitch, called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Taylor Frost. And Taylor Frost is pumped. Ooh. I would not want to be facing Taylor Frost right now. He is zoned in. That brings up Zach Hoffman.
Now batting for the Potters, number 13, Zach Hoffman.
Taylor Frost going to take a second to collect himself. The Potters pitching staff having a conversation with the field ump. Didn't like how Frost reacted after that called strike 3 call. Frost very animate, very emotional, in what has been a roller coaster of a game. I don't blame him. First pitch high and outside to Zach Hoffman. Hoffman is 1 for 4 on the day. Single and a run. Next pitch hit, that is going to be a foul ball off the first base side. Evening the count at 1 apiece. Next pitch is high. 2-1 the count. Next pitch gets away from Braden Stutzman. 3-1 to Zach Hoffman. Three balls and one strikes. Taylor Frost on the mound trying to end this one. That one's low, ball 4. So a 2-out walk keeps the game alive for the Lincoln Potters right now.
Now batting number 2, Isaiah Garcia.
First pitch from Frost in there for a strike, 0-1. Next pitch low, 1-1 the count. 11 runs, 16 hits, 4 errors for the Potters, 14 runs, 17 hits, 2 errors for the Medford Rogues, and what has been, there are just no words to describe what this ball game has been. Exciting, a roller coaster, insane, zany. It's been everything Kevin could ever want. 1 ball and 1 strike to Isaiah Garcia. Low, that ball gets away from Braden Stutzman. Advancing on the play is Zach Hoffman. So a wild pitch from Frost. 2 outs, top of the 9th inning. Rogues on top, 14-11. Frost looks back at second, now comes home. That one's high. 3 balls and 1 strike. Next pitch, that one gets away from Braden Stutzman on the walk. So now runners at the corners for the Potters here with 2 out. Stutzman going to have a conversation with Taylor Frost, and the tying run comes up to the plate in Zachary Hall. Did you think we'd get out of this game without a little more drama? Christian Coronado having a quick conversation with Taylor Frost, Braden Stutzman, and Josh Berman, who has come in for Dante Gutierrez. You'll remember Josh Berman pinch ran for Gutierrez back in the bottom of the 8th inning on that crazy play at first base. With the bases loaded and 2 out, Dante Gutierrez hits a soft grounder to the shortstop, Jake Boyd. Boyd fires it over to first. Joseph Torres has to lay out to his right, diving to try and make the catch. He doesn't. Ball gets by him. Both he and Gutierrez are down on the ground. They both get up. Gutierrez, Torres heading towards the ball and foul ground collide. They fall down again. Gutierrez shaken up on the play when he got to second, so Josh Berman pinch ran. Zachary Hall at the plate. Runners on the corners, 2 outs for the Potters. First pitch swinging. That one is hit high. And in foul ground, is Delorfus going to have enough room? He is, and that is the ball game. Your Medford Rogues defeat the Lincoln Potters in a wild one, 14-11. Wow. 11 runs, 16 hits, 4 errors for the Potters. 14 runs, 17 hits, 2 errors for the Medford Rogues. Taylor Frost earns the save.
Final score, the Lincoln Potters 11 and your Medford Rogues 14.
Winning pitcher.
The winning pitcher this evening will be Malik Evans.
Is going to be Malik Evans.
Taylor Frost picks up his 4th save of the season.
4th save for Taylor Frost. What a fantastic game. We are back tomorrow here at Harry and David Field. Country night at Harry and David Field. Come to the ballpark dressed in your best country gear. Be entered to win a pair of country crossing tickets. First 1,000 fans through the door get a free Rocky Tonk cowbell. All of this presented by Q100.3, your town, your country, and Rocky Tonk Saloon in Medford. Again, your final score tonight, Medford Rogues 14, Lincoln Potters 11. I'm Jonathan Kerman on the call with you. Thank you so much for joining me on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. We will see you tomorrow night, Rogue Nation. Sleep well. Again, your Rogues 14, Lincoln Potters 11.
Is Country Night. The first 500 fans get a free cowbell courtesy of the Rocky.
Rogue Nation, thanks for listening to Medford Rogues Baseball. Listen to the Rogues all season long, live on MedfordRogues.com.